Hello everyone, Tina Spalding, Trance Channel here. Just a reminder that my website is called channelingjesus.com. So if you want to check out some of the other work and things I get up to, you can go there. Today's lesson, A Course in Miracles lesson, is lesson 17. I see no neutral things. This idea is another step in the direction of identifying cause and effect as it really operates in the world. You see no neutral things because you have no neutral thoughts. It is always the thought that comes first, despite the temptation to believe that it is the other way around. This is not the way the world thinks, but you must learn that it is the way that you think. If it were not so, perception would have no cause and would itself be the cause of reality. In view of its highly variable nature, this is hardly likely. I'm going to read that again because it was This is not the way the world thinks, but you must learn that it is the way that you think. If it were not so, perception would have no cause and would itself be the cause of reality. In view of its highly variable nature, this is hardly likely. In applying today's idea, say to yourself with eyes open, I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. Then look about you, resting your glance on each thing you note long enough to say, I do not see a neutral blank because my thoughts about blank are not neutral. For example, you might say, I do not see a neutral wall because my thoughts about walls are not neutral. I do not see a neutral body because my thoughts about bodies are not neutral. As usual, it is essential to make no distinctions between what you believe to be animate or inanimate, pleasant or unpleasant. Regardless of what you may believe, you do not see anything that is really alive or really joyous. That is because you are unaware as yet of any thought that is really true and therefore really happy. 3 or 4 specific practice periods are recommended, and no less than 3 are required for maximum benefit, even if you experience resistance. However, if you do, the length of the practice period may be reduced to less than the minute or so that is otherwise recommended. That is lesson 17. I see no neutral things. I do just want to mention at this point, because it's coming into my mind, that there are quite a few questions after each of these lessons about how the lesson should be done in the comments section. And I just want to remind you that how these lessons should be done is contained in every description that I am reading here. So if you get to the end of the video and you think, what did they say? Listen again and make some notes about how often and for how long you should do these lessons. Let's see what Jesus says about I see no neutral things. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. And this is one of the great causes of your suffering on this planet. This attachment and overlay of meaning that you give to every single tiny little thing. It is the equanimity of the master that we are heading towards. And those of you that are controlled by your egos, and that is okay, you all are controlled by your egos in this world, until you've done a lot of work. The ego will tell you that if you become calm and balanced, that you're not really human anymore, that you're not feeling enough, that you are indifferent and uncaring. But the opposite is true. The ego and the volatile emotions of that ego and its stories about every person, place, and thing that it sees, its constant value judgments, this does not make you human. It makes you dangerous and it causes you suffering. And so it is important to bring this into your mind, because there are some times where you might fear becoming like a blank slate. If I don't lay my meaning on you and your dog and your house and your car and my clothes and my body, I won't have any feelings about anything. And this is not so. What happens as you step back from these meaningless judgments that have no basis? In fact, these are merely opinions. Everyone has a different one based on some value system that has been inserted into your consciousness. what will actually happen is that you will begin to really feel. You will have access to more feelings, not reactivity, not volatility, which is emotion, which is feelings out of control that are driven by fear mostly, but you will begin to have a calm and rich experience of your present moment rather than living in the past with your guilt and shame and resentments, or your future of anxiety and confusion about what might happen to you. When you come into that place where you have eliminated these erroneous ideas from your mind and you are living in a beautiful, endless present where you are present and you are in that moment of that you, after all, can only create in this present moment. When you are regurgitating old stories or future terrors, you are contaminating the present moment with what was or a fiction about what will be. You aren't really thinking at all. You aren't really feeling at all. You are living in an illusion. So know that this is going to take you to peace of mind, to calmness and a clarity of perception and understanding about who and what you are and why you are here. That will be delicious indeed. You do not need to fear it. I am that one that you know as Jesus. And I will see you again tomorrow. Okay, that was lesson number 17. I see no neutral things. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.